Hi guys, Jake and MJ back again for more live reactions to Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. Jump, 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 jump. Alright, as you might be able to tell, MJ's not feeling too well today.
I'm a bit under the weather, folks.
Yeah.
I've reconfigured my booster seat into sick mode.
Yes.
Yes, I usually sit on a bunch of pillows so that I'm somewhat higher, but...
Yeah, because you are not a tall individual.
I'm short. But I don't feel good, so I'm reclining instead.
Yeah. So we probably won't go super long tonight. But let's see, a little check-in on a few things. You know, Power Rangers episodes still being aired in other countries that are not this one. So watch out for spoilers. I've been mainly avoiding those at this point. You know, outside of having just, you know, watched all of Go Busters, and you know we've both seen all of Go Busters, so we're spoiled on the footage, but that's about it. And
Go Busters is such the Sentai spiritual successor to RPM, and I love it.
Oh, and just giving you guys a quick heads up, we will be going on vacation during the last week of July.
Woohoo! We're going to California.
Yes, we are. We're going to go to Disneyland. We're
with a friend who lives in Arizona.
Yeah, we have a friend who is ill, and perpetually ill, and
not
basically are
chronically, not temporarily. She's just
and basically the agreement was if she made it through another year, we take her to Disneyland, and that's what we're going to be doing.
If you're still alive next year, we're going to Disneyland.
Yep,
and she is,
and she has outperformed pretty much every expectation all along the way.
Yeah, because she had 6 months to live 6 months before last October.
Yeah, at least. And I think there's been other.
There were other times. Yeah.
So we will be away during the last week of July. So we will not be releasing any. We're not expecting to release any videos during that week.
No.
That being
going to be real busy.
It is looking very much like we will be releasing the next episode of Power Reviews well before then. You know, fingers crossed. I'm making good progress right now. I'm getting those effect shots together that I was a little bit vague on how well they were going to come together. And I'm hoping to release a trailer with a release date probably later this week. I just need to kind of buckle down.
And my hairdresser used a razor, so
yep.
I'm all comfy.
Yep. Your hair's doing good. So that's the state of things. But yeah, episode 88 is on the way.
I'm taking up the whole couch, aren't I?
It's looking very promising. And script-wise, I've been working on a number of scripts piecemeal. Most notably, I have finally started writing episode 98, which is the beginning of the finale. So I have written the opening scene of the sort of 3-part finale. So that is super exciting. And I am very excited to finally be working towards the end of the story. There are still various scenes that still need to be completed on other scripts in the 90s, but I'm hoping to continue to get more work done on 98 throughout the rest of this week. And hopefully, you know, 99 and 100, hopefully those scripts will be done by the end of this month. Those are among my goals. So I'm very excited to be finally there.
No surprise.
So yes, we are still working towards the conclusion of Power Reviews. This is all going somewhere, and it's actually getting there. Once I have the scripts done, that will be a huge cognitive load off so that I can actually focus more on, filming and editing without having to worry about, okay, but I gotta get this script done so I can film it. And then hopefully we'll get a whole bunch of filming done before the end of this summer. Although everyone we know is extremely busy, we're still going to try and make that happen. So that's the state of the channel at the moment. And now I think is a good time to dive on into episode 15 of Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger, King of the Deep Sea.
So will that be our dude that we met, or our dude that we met's father?
Possibly a Zord, I don't know. And play, there we go. So there's the land reveal.
There is a land and sea kind of thing going on.
Seems like it. Oh, he's got a little, oh, he needs to be wait. Okay, that wasn't a note to be rehydrated. He communicates to his Zord by sticking his hand in water. Oh, he's like Tiramigo. That's interesting. As bad as they say. Oh, that's interesting. Tragedy must not happen again. Are you eating my shirt?
Probably. That has popped.
Oh, the little sister wants to come join. She wants to get married too. She's 103 years old. Okay, so they definitely mature very slowly. Because she's clearly not even, like, done with puberty. No.
Okay, boom!
Yato hikaru sono chikate battle rodo. Bow, 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 bana. Momo ritai kono sekai narare shanai to kimi ta nara sono michi o yuke yo. Tabashiki en bumaru yusha no akashi saa soru hoi toshi ni. Dona toki emo nigenai dananiku hagana no chikara. Yoto hikaru sodo chikade bataru rodo. Yume wa hitori de miru yori minane de miru no hoto shitaretu naru kata de kekate no donate korete go. Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger.
Yeah, I forgot not to get so freaking
Also,
loud.
gold has been integrated into the opening credits, it looks like. I saw him and his Momosaurus sword popped in there, so that's cool. So are we gonna address at all that Ui's dad
was possessed
at that one point? What? Why are you? Where are you getting the idea that they have masks? Why would you? What? What? Bonjour. What? That was just confusing. I want to make friends. I'm gonna go make friends.
Nakame Hokkaido.
Yeah. I just kind of love that that's Ko's attitude. It's just like, gotta make friends.
Magnets make anything possible.
What? Okay.
What's his favorite? I guess her favorite YouTuber that she likes. This is an old one.
No new update today. Well, he must be the Minosaur host. You
He's
have
having
a
upload
wig,
problems.
don't you? Looks like a wig.
He's also having upload problems. You see?
Oh no! Sup? That's never not gonna be gross. Alright, so what do we got this time? It's a magnet thing. It's got magnet powers, because I can see the red and the blue.
Split up. Split up.
Okay, so
he
he's gonna
doesn't like
use
people dating.
his his magnetic repulsive powers. Yeah. Yep, does not work. They got those repulsive fields going on. Oh, that's gonna go well for him. Koji!
She should run.
Yeah, running would be a good idea. Plastic furniture to the rescue. Make a maiden cry. He's gonna hurt you. It's like he's surrounded by a bunch of little dancing Jar Jar Binks. Musa, 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 Musa. That's what it sounded like.
I'm too sick of that Jar Jar Binks.
Musa, so Musa. This guy has some sort of skull for his thing. Check out what the resources say. His what's change? Oh, it's a pan dinosaur.
Pan
Like the fawn. I'm assuming. It would make sense. I just want to look it up. Mujinda Samosa.
What did the land people do that was so messed up?
I don't know.
Maybe turn their...
Oh, he said get together to the two cars to attract them.
Turn their dinosaurs into...
Oh, nice job. Good work, Cub.
Maybe it's the land people's fault that the
city sank, maybe?
Actually, I was gonna say that the dinosaurs don't talk. Even his talks.
Where did you guys just come from? You showed up out of nowhere. You were not in the scene before now. Alright,
He's getting a phone call, but he has to stick his hand in water to answer it.
Yep. Okay. I don't know how, but I feel like at some point in this show, he's going to get a call, and he's going to stick his hand in the torture.
A rift developed in the resources. His ancestors descended below the sea.
Okay. Weird. What could it be? Nice well washed out.
Could be that light in the background.
Strange. Usually that would be more indicative of something like a flashback. That was strange.
Hey, Otto.
She looked very happy. Had a cute little outfit. She's digging my flowers. Okay, I was about to wonder how long that montage was going to go for. It was like just shy of going on for like a little too long. Oh, they're going to do repulsion thing. They grew up really slowly.
She is manipulating the heck out of him.
She is not going home, is she?
Heck no. He should know better.
Wow. You like it? What? Are you hitting on the little girl?
Well, she's 103 years old, and we don't actually know how old Kirion is.
There, he does act like a little boy. Repulsing the,
Oh no, Mommy and Child are repulsing.
Yeah, repelling. That's a cool shot. I mean, not so cool for the bomb who's flying through the air, who's almost certainly going to be horribly, horribly injured upon landing. But still a cool shot. They do not care. They are good monsters. Kind of amused that they all just put the Ryusouls into the morphers, then they go fight while it's in standby mode.
And then they
take forever before they actually finish morphing. There you go. Oh, nice, we got some burning soul. Good to see this form do a little bit. We haven't gotten too much use of it. And it got kind of nerfed by the
Sleeving.
When you get out of jail and you have a list. Playing. Get back, I refuse to work with you. Then you get back. They were in the middle of fighting, and you just jumped in the way. That wasn't a nice thing to do.
Oh no.
Oh, they all got repelled, except for... What? Oh, they just landed everywhere. Where are you? Hokkaido. Okay. This is also just really... Oh, okay. That was all very blatant green screening.
Yes.
Oh, they need to be strong relationships first. Oh, good thing he doesn't have a strong relationship with Gold. Because there's no relationship between you two. Yeah. That's not great. Why did you help me? He really doesn't get that Ko just wants to be friends. He does not seem to internalize this, that this is Ko's whole character. No. Kirion has a large fork. Do as I say or she gets the fork. Oh man.
Where did that fork even come from?
I don't know, but apparently that is his weapon of choice.
He's had that fought before?
I presume as such. I'm not certain. Wait, you're protecting her? And I'm just standing here doing nothing. Maybe I should do something. What? Why? Oh, right, you're making him miserable so that I'll make the mind sword work. Right, yeah, that'll do that. I forgot about that part. Mirror needle. Ah, nice.
Everybody's showing up.
They got their swords.
But, yeah, I was thinking maybe it's the land soldiers' fault that the land swords don't talk.
Oh.
Aside from like,
and Demon Volcano.
yeah, but Demon Volcano, like, was off on his own. I feel like there's a problem specifically with the ones that are attached to the Ryusoulgers.
Perhaps. Or perhaps that's just not something that they actually care about. Ah! You probably shouldn't have left your back to the monster with the lasers. That, what?
You got wet! Oh no!
That was okay. What? Okay.
Kirion says, zap the Megazord.
Lineage. Okay. Oh, he's got an extended sword. Nice. That's weird. Okay. Is that? Particularly nice thing to do.
I feel like Bamba might know something.
Maybe.
Like, don't you do it under Soul Ryu, like he knows.
Are you gonna let her go now or no? I have no choice but to zap myself. What's he gonna do? What? What? You need to go. What? Are you kidding me? What? He just exploded her into the ocean and then she got swallowed by his sword. What? What? Okay. Sure. I feel like she would have been fine just landing in the water.
When we travel, we always enter through his mouth.
That makes sense. I love how the response was, that makes sense. Oh, the electricity disrupted the magnet. They got demagnetized. Even though we had yet to establish that the Zords had been magnetized. But okay. Yep, coil and electric current. That is how you make an electromagnet. Okay.
You know, if you flip the polarity behind the Zord, it's still held itself?
Yeah, yeah.
Ow.
I mean, the idea was that they were operating as monopole magnets, I would assume. I'm not sure how the magnetics were functioning on those.
What happened to Weisel?
What? That Zord is unreasonably large. And yeah, that is a good question. I don't know where Weisel is. Wow! That was really easy, and that Zord is really large. I feel like...
I'm sure later that Zord will turn into its very own standing Zord and be the same size as the monsters.
Which is super weird.
Yep.
Because
it's gonna be
that's massive.
It's gonna be a terrible case of bad,
size shifting. Yeah. Oh, that's why that was so important. Him getting splashed with water. I don't see why the Zord was that needed for the rescue, considering... Hey, those people didn't die from being flung hundreds of feet in the air.
To other continents, not continents, but to other, what do you call them?
Parts of Japan.
Yeah, but they have terms. But there's a term for that.
City-states. I don't know enough.
Prefectures!
Prefectures, that's it. So Mosa Rex thinks that that they have ulterior motives. Yeah, I don't get you. Now Oto is just swimming off. Which makes me wonder again, why Mosa Rex needed to catch her. It didn't seem like that was that needed.
I am not doing this in my state.
Good morning, how are you? Nice to have you here. Yeah, welcome to all our rivals here at the Dynamite Carnival. Like a meteor that's dropped out of nowhere. It's got your heart pounding, and now it's time to sing. No matter what the time, the fun never stops. If you have your friends at your side, you can reach out and make you turn. Come on, high five, it's alright with these nights. Put all your strength into it and do Ryusoul down. Come on, take a pose, make it good, now let's go. Our amigos are feeling fine. People, high five, it's a sword time, go. Smile when you change it, Ryusoul jump. Come on, now pose, make it your best one. Run, them souls are off the Ryusoulgers. I like how the new dance has stuff in a dinosaur museum. Yeah. Yeah, they managed to... What is the Ryusoulgers? Okay. Okay. So, looks
Hulk
like...
sinks into the sea. And I told you, he's going to become a...
Yeah, he's going to be... I knew he was going to become big. Which will presumably be the same size as the other Megazord, which is not going to make any sense considering the scale we just saw.
Yes, exactly.
I was not disputing that was going to happen.
But also, if you look at the scale of the Megazord relative to Oto when it was eating her.
Yeah, it was...
Relative to Oto, it was the right size to be a Megazord that's the same size as everything else.
That's a hard scale to gauge, especially from that angle.
I feel like that monster was only like 4 times the size of Oto when he bit it.
No, it wasn't quite that extreme. That monster
relative to the monster. In the shot with the monster, she went right down its throat and he bit the other one. But if he had chomped that thing in half, he could have eaten it.
Well, he would have had to bite it up into a few more pieces. And also, she went down his throat like,
like a pill.
Yeah, as opposed to he was like, it's like the size of a turkey by comparison. So it's like a pill to a turkey. That's quite a bit more than 4 times.
Yeah, but she wasn't like a pill. She was like a mega horse pill. She was like a prenatal vitamin. She was pretty freaking big.
Still considerably smaller than a turkey.
Fair enough.
She was like maybe I don't know, like like a fun-sized chocolate, square size, except not square size shaped, but you get the idea. All right, so we do seem to have the mystery rolling now of what the grudge is between the land Ryusoul tribe and the water Ryusoul tribe, which is a point of intrigue.
And which apparently the land Ryusoul tribe has completely forgotten.
Yeah, they do not recall what it's about, or maybe, I don't know if they at any point knew what it was about. I don't know.
I'm sure they did at some point, but it's apparently not important enough to be taught in their history lessons.
Yeah. So that point of intrigue is at least something interesting as a continuing plot thread. I presume that we will be learning about it next time.
I almost said tomorrow.
I almost said tomorrow. Next time, and then we'll probably resolve it, whatever it is. I'm assuming that it's going to probably get once it gets revealed, it'll get resolved.
Into the sea. Which.
And I also suspect that it will probably be
means
something
the opposite
silly.
of what most people would think when they say that hope is sunk into the sea. They mean, in this case, the sea is going to have hope.
What is that?
I'm not answering that.
Yeah, no, you can answer that when we're done. My suspicion is that maybe they are somehow indirectly the reason that their city is underwater. I don't know. I don't know if them being underwater was...
I mean, it said they took everyone and went underwater.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe they didn't go underwater voluntarily. Maybe their city sank. Maybe something. I don't know. I hope that whatever it isn't stupid.
Yes.
Because, like, no, I hate to be blunt like that, but I'm just like, I want it to be a good reason. I want it to be something interesting. And Ryusoulger has had, thus far, a history of fumbling a lot of things.
They make a lot of things stupid.
And I hope that this current plot point, which, is a continuing plot thread across more than 2 episodes, I'm hoping that will be an interesting plot point once we know the reasoning for it, and that it's not just, something silly that's being drawn out for the sake of drawing things out. That is my hope. I hope they are figuring out their story. That'd be great. I want to know where Ryusoul ran off to. He just seems to have been like, this guy's here, I'm out. Like, it's like, we've got a new arc going, so we need a new lead villain. Oh wait, we didn't destroy the old one? Okay, he's just going to leave.
Right after he started decorating, too.
Yeah, like, why isn't he just hanging out in his apartment? I mean, he could be hanging out in his apartment now, but he wasn't last week. Last week,
no.
This guy took over his apartment.
He didn't even, take his disco ball when he flounced.
Yeah, I know.
What's the deal with that?
So it's a little weird. It's also entirely possible that next week Ryusoul will just be there and they'll act like he never left.
I'm kind of expecting that to happen at some point. Ryusoul will just turn back up and... I mean, because he wasn't killed or anything. So.
Yeah, he didn't even really say he was going anywhere. He just, stormed off after a mild argument and then was just gone from the episode. And Kirian seems to have recovered. I'm going to assume it's because he's been eating large meals with his giant fork. I feel like that giant fork has been a prop that's popped up throughout the throughout the franchise in various iterations. I swear, I want to bet that's Mandaloc's fork from Mandalok from Wild Force. I don't know what his Gao Ranger name was. Her. Mandalok doesn't exactly have a defined gender.
Woot.
Mandalok is made of mouths, and so
that's why they like their fork.
Mandalok has multiple voices, both male and female. So I guess Mandalok is a legit they. So, yeah, I think that's their fork.
Excuse me.
don't remember both of the voices, but I remember one of them was Barbara Goodson, actually, who did the voice of Rita. I think that may have been her last voice in the franchise. I think may have been voicing the female voice of Mandalorian before everything moved to New Zealand. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that that was the last of the old guard voice cast was during Wild Force. And I definitely remember Barbara Goodson being one of the Mandalorian voices. Anyway, yeah, the scaling on Mosa Rex is
messed up.
Is weird, and I feel like we're just gonna move right past that, and it'll just be like same size as Tiramigo after this.
Maybe a little bigger. Maybe same size as D-Bay Volcano.
That would be smaller. D-Bay Volcano is smaller than Tiramigo.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Tiramigo is the one that actually turns into a Megazord. D-Bay Volcano turns into armor just like the others.
Fair enough.
I mean, D-Bay Volcano is bigger than the other small ones. But I expect that at the very least when Mosa Rex...
when they were arguing with each other, although D-Bay Volcano was shorter, he had more mass.
No.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Tiramigo was both taller and longer with the tail and everything. But yeah, I feel like Mosa Rex, when he transforms into a Megazord, he'll still be the same height as Tiramigo in his Dino Knight form.
Dino Knight. It's like Dino Bite, only it's not.
Yeah, very much. But yeah, we're working on trying to become friends with the new Ranger, because that's what Ko likes to do, and it's kind of adorable. I don't know why Ui's dad thought that the Sea Tribe were pod people.
That's taking face.
Where did that come from?
Dad, that hurts.
You stop that. I don't want, no more of that. I've had enough of that. The monster was a nice standard magnet monster, and I did like that. As fuzzy as it was, since we are dealing with magic magnets, I did like that they used electromagnetism to flip it around. That was fun. You done? Are you done? Okay. So that was at least on the right track. I'd have to double check, to see the direction of the arrows again, make sure they were properly using right-hand rule, but I'm sure it's fine. Direction of the coils and the direction of the current indicates the direction of the magnetic field. I'm pretty sure they were using right-hand rule, right? I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure. That being said, it still doesn't really make sense with the way that they...
No, because they made the whole thing a northern polar magnet, and that would still make everything go squishy squishy.
No, making it all northern magnet would have just attracted the other southern magnets. Which was their goal, that they could attract after previously being repulsive. But, no, the bigger thing is that an electromagnet... Well, most magnets have two poles.
Yeah, the whole unipolar magnet thing is a little bit weird. I mean, they exist, but they're not exactly common.
Yeah, and it's magic, I'll go with the magic. But then they leaned into we're using electromagnetics to make this flip its polarity. And I'm like, that's... But even with an electromagnet, you'd still have one pole at the top of the coil and one pole at the bottom of the coil.
I'm kind of thinking a little bit like when you get static electricity on two balloons, so they won't go near each other.
Well, yes, but that's electric, those are electric forces instead of magnetic forces.
Yeah.
And they were
just giving everyone a negative charge.
Yeah.
Instead of making it a negative a southern electromagnetism.
Yeah.
That would have worked.
I mean, the whole thing where, he just kind of assigned magnetic fields to people. It was all based on magic anyway.
He assigned everything southern magnetic poles.
Yeah.
Except when he wanted things to get together.
Yeah.
Then
he would
use the northern.
North and south. So yeah, it was a little weird. But it was all it was like, you now have magnetic fields based off of your emotional connections. So it's like, we're not bothering with science on this. But then they decided to use, like, a coil will create an electromagnet. But an electromagnet is still, it's still dipolar. It's still going to have...
the magnetic fields.
Still going to create a dipole.
The band.
Even those magnetic field lines...
Someone else has to know what the heck I'm talking about.
Like, I was looking at the magnetic field lines, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's going to curve around this way, and the arrows... But it's going to be pointing away from the north towards the south. There should still be a south with those magnetic field lines. And instead they just like, nope, this changes the thing from being entirely south to being entirely north. Which is amusing.
69 Love Songs?
I don't know.
Magnetic fields?
I'm not familiar.
Oh wow, I gotta fix that out later.
I don't know what we're talking about.
A band.
Okay, I don't think I'm familiar with this band.
They're called the Magnetic Fields.
Okay. We'll have to, you can play that for me later then. Cool. So yeah, the little girl was cute.
I want to see more of her.
Yeah, I felt like she didn't really have. She was just kind of in and out of the episode very lightly. It's like, I'm gonna come visit you. No, you shouldn't. Hey, I visited you. Okay, you need to go home. Okay, I'm gonna go home. Except I'm not. Oh, and now I'm captured. And then there was no, she wasn't learning a lesson or anything.
No, in fact, it looks like in the next episode she's gonna have learned the exact wrong lesson.
I don't even know.
I like the surface. I'm going up there. I'm gonna play a little frickin' mermaid.
Yeah, I feel like she was going back to the surface at the end of this episode, but I'm not 100% sure.
No, that was the previews for the next episode.
Did they show in the previews that she was going to be there?
She was swimming toward the surface after...
That wasn't the preview.
That wasn't?
No, that was part of this episode. She was swimming upward, but I don't know if she was swimming upward or just swimming away.
Definitely swimming upward toward the light, and...
But I don't know if that was supposed to be her going back to the surface or not.
I don't know.
Did we see any clips of her being on the surface?
No, but I feel like the way that it was set up, the direction that she was swimming, and the fact that we were seeing her from below her feet with the light above us, she was definitely going to the surface.
Well, she was definitely swimming up. We don't know if she was necessarily going to the surface or just like, I'm going away from you. I'm going that way.
It had some very Little Mermaid vibes there.
Yeah. But then we didn't see her in the clips from the next episode, did we?
I'm not sure. That you don't reprimand your daughters, bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand.
Let's see if I can get this to wake back up. My laptop's already asleep.
Ready to know what the people know.
Well, we'll see if she's back again next time, or if they just... she may have just swam off to hang out with Weisel. Off in the "you have now left this plot" territory. We don't know. She very well may be back next time, and I just didn't quite spot it.
What is it? What's the word? Burn.
I'm gonna blame Dime Volcano.
Is it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore the world up above? Watching, you'll see. Someday I'll be part of your world.
Moser X is also crazy paranoid. I don't know what his deal is.
Moser X is hecka paranoid.
I'm looking forward to finding out what his deal is. But yeah, no, this episode wasn't maddening or anything, so that's good. So that's
Rex can have my leftover quentipede. Maybe it'll calm him down.
this is probably one of the better episodes thus far. Even if it was a little, it had a little bit of unevenness. Some of the stuff was a little vague. The magnetics was just nonsense, but that's to be expected in almost any kid show.
I'm a little sad that UA was reduced to the person who notices the magnetic YouTuber didn't put up a new episode.
Yeah, then we jumped over to, and then we just, it's always weird how we keep
losing the Tatsukis.
Well, the Tetsuis.
Tetsuis.
Well, it's not just that, it's also the hosts. They just come in and out of the plot very oddly in general. Like, that guy just got beaten up in the studio, and we had no idea of his pathos or anything outside of he was frustrated by his video
magnets.
uploading. And he knew magnets. But he didn't have a character arc or anything.
No. I mean, why did his, like, what was his negative...
I'm not convinced anyone had a character arc in this episode.
Yeah, no, even, like,
outside of Kanalo slowly warming up to the Rangers.
I'd say Ko and Kanalo may have had something going on.
Yeah, it was a very... It felt like we got pieces of an arc going on, but nothing resolved, really. I'm interested to see where it's going. Hopefully it's going somewhere good. But that remains to be seen.
It's going to Disneyland.
Yes.
Just won the Super Bowl.
There we go. Okay, I think you're fully dead. So we should probably...
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So hopefully you'll be feeling better for next week. And hopefully everybody out there who lives in America has a happy 4th of July weekend. Keep your eyes peeled for a trailer.
Tomorrow for you, 2 days from now for us, but tomorrow for you.
But I hope by the weekend to have some sort of trailer put together with a release date for Power Reviews episode 88. So keep your eyes open for that.
Woo!
And until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you.
Kirion, put down the Dinglehopper!